Alrighty, we got. Should we let celebrities keep sabotaging their games, movies, and TV shows? From Sun Grand Studios. Ah.
Oh, hey, thanks for stopping by. Jarrell here. I wanted to have a chat with you guys today and hear from you in the comments. I've been thinking lately, seeing so many.
Bro, I love how he has every different type of mug. I think, like, there's been a lot of videos recently. He's just got a different mug every time.
Games and studios and movies and TV shows out there
Mm-hmm.
that are being absolutely destroyed by employees that are involved with those products.
It's ridiculous. It's horrible. And sadly, it is part of the, in many cases, the official canon of that IP. Like me personally, I would like to think that, you know, whenever a new TV show, movie, or video game comes out and it's a dud, the other original games still exist. All right. They're not taken away. They're not taking away the original games. And so, in my own head canon, I like to think that these duds that came out, they're not real.
Going on what are basically PR sabotage on social media. Unfortunately, we're at a point in culture right now where this seems to be very common,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't.
It's so common. It's been going for like the last 5-ish plus years. I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 years. It's just been a steady downhill, downstroke in the games. Honestly, I think it was. When did it start? What did it start when Infinity War ended? Because the moment they got done with Thanos and all that jazz, everybody was clamoring to find the next big thing. Oh my God, where's all the good stories at? I don't know. I can't figure what out. Oh, let's go. Go look to video games. Let's look to comics. Let's go look to graphic novels. Those are where all the good movies are at, or all the good stories, I'll say. But surprise, surprise, a lot of the stories feature taboo subjects that wouldn't really fly with modern day audiences, unfortunately. So they go around changing them for a more modern audience, and what a surprise! Nobody likes it. This wasn't the original story. This wasn't the original idea. Uh, it's just not what I signed up for. It is wearing the skin of my favorite thing, but the story and the actions and the just the things that the story represented are just simply not there.
Really understand why companies are not getting these things under control.
I mean, they just want to do it for money. I mean, this is not news. Businesses only do things for money. Sometimes, uh, sometimes it's a win and everybody likes the thing. Sometimes it's a lose when they do the thing.
So, over the past few years, I've been watching this situation unfold. And earlier in my career path, before I was doing video game development full time, much of my work was with running workshops, training, especially in the photography industry. I was in event management, public relations, and all that sort of work. And recently I've been thinking, oh, it would probably be very beneficial to these companies if I were to offer services as a trainer, conduct workshops, and train people on how to conduct themselves if they are a public person, if they are publicly attached to a product or a project. It would be important to have training workshops like that. As I've been seeing more and more that these companies need it. These movies, these TV shows, these video games absolutely need someone to train their staff on how to properly conduct themselves, because these people are now PR representatives. They are
I mean,
representing their brand.
they are, and unfortunately, their brand is social, or their brand is performative social activism that is convenient for them. They don't want to do anything really seriously. They just want to put their stamp on some popular IP that some group of people like in the corner of the internet, and be like, you guys that like this, it's now ours. Bang.
Or product, whether they understand or realize it, even if they put in their bio, oh, my thoughts are my own, that does not matter.
No, it does
So
not.
I had thought about it for a number of years, and I thought,
That's like that's a more and more red flag that I am just seeing in the last 10 years, 5 to 10 years, with people on Twitter. My thoughts are my own. That is literally a red flag for me to think that, oh, this person's probably crazy. Like, do not put that. That is signaling to me you are crazy. Because every single person I've seen that has that in their little bio, they say some absolutely like out of left field stuff.
maybe I should design some workshops and conduct workshops to help these companies. And then after a while, I realized, oh, no, I shouldn't help these people. They don't deserve it. They don't need it, because as consumers, we need to see the people who are making these products for us. And if these people are not mentally well, if they are not psychologically stable, if they have radicalized extremist views.
Don't forget, it's all performative. It's not real. They don't actually believe in any of this stuff, believe in any of the things they're actually saying. They wouldn't really put their money where their mouth is and actually do something that makes a difference. Okay? They would not.
Which they are putting into the media, which are then being served to the general public, especially our children. It would be better if we saw that. And it would be better if I didn't help train these companies, because then, as consumers, we get to see more readily the people that are creating video games and movies and TV out of spite, out of hatred for people, out of wanting to enforce some sort of political view, instead of creating entertainment, which is what we are.
I would imagine that in their mind, it's activism, entertainment. So it still falls under the umbrella of entertainment. It's just, you're not the target audience. This wasn't made for you. Go watch something else. Okay, you don't want my money? Okay, I'll take me and my little XYZ Max Plus premium membership, $15, $20 a month, and I'll go somewhere else. It's not that hard to save money.
Are expecting to pay for. So one example that I want to bring up, and I really want to hear from you guys other examples as well, and I'll list my example. So just to put this out there, that it's okay if you disagree with what I think and what I say. That's absolutely fine. The problem with extremism on the internet and this echo chamber mentality is that there are people out there who will absolutely refuse to acknowledge the existence of people who have differing views, which is very sad and absurd.
Yeah.
Because we all have differing views. So I can like a show and you can hate it, but we can still get along and we can still understand each other. We can still respect each other. You could absolutely love a show or a video game, and I could hate that show and hate that video game, but we can still talk to each other. We can still respect each other. And most of my friends have very different tastes. So they'll say, oh man, I was watching the show, I love that show. And I'll say, oh geez, I did not. I did not like that at all. And we can laugh and we can talk about it, and I can say, well, here's the
Yeah.
things that I didn't like about it. My friend will say, well, no, 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 I actually like those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because it helps me round out and broaden my understanding of how other people feel, how other people think, and it helps me have a more full understanding of a piece of media. And I like that. So it would be absurd for me to say, oh,
I would do that. Number one, if I had any friends like to go to the movie or watch a show with, because as you get older, you just uh, you just you make less friends as an adult. You just do, and more so with in 2024, soon to be 2025, where the internet, more and more people spend on like time on the internet. They go out less and less. They go to the movies less and less. They probably communicate TV shows and like what they watch, or not TV shows, but like shows in general, like what they watch less and less, and that's just a trend I'm seeing. But yeah, I mean, just even the mere thought of trying to like bullshit with your friends, even that, it feels like it's going away.
that person liked this TV show, well, I'm going to block them. Oh, I'll never hear from them again.
Yeah,
That is the attitude that leads to people who are creating video games and movies and television that we hate, That is the attitude that's leading to that.
I couldn't imagine like going back like I don't know 10ish years or so when I was like 25, and I still kind of kept in touch with some of my like high school buddies. I couldn't imagine like unfollowing them, unfriending them, on top 10 in MySpacing them, uh, in XYZ social media just because we had like a differing opinion on a movie or something. That thought would not have even crossed my mind because it's so petty and stupid.
So, with that out of the way, I enjoyed watching She-Hulk. I didn't care. I didn't listen to all the whatever, the development and the political stuff. I just watched it without knowing anything about that stuff going into it, and it was fun. I just wanted something low investment, something fun to watch for a few hours, and that's what I got with She-Hulk. And I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem with it. There were a couple things that I just really strongly disliked, but because I was having fun watching it, I thought, look, there are these things that really kind of, the weird twerk dancing, is that what kids call it?
Yeah. Uh, okay, I'm probably gonna out myself, but whatever. Uh, I th- I remember watching She-Hulk. I think I watched every episode once, but I will say this: I ironically watched every episode of She-Hulk. It's like, oh, opinion invalidated. You ironically watched it. You were biased. It's like, yeah, no shit. I saw like some of the reviews and what everybody else said when it was talking about it, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. Let me see. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, surprise! It is that bad. Every episode was more hilarious than the last. Granted, I never watched the She-Hulk, or I never read any comics. Period. Let alone like a She-Hulk comic. So I was just never a comic book person. I was more like video games and Pokemon cards when I was a little kid. But whatever. And then I learned that, oh, She-Hulk usually breaks the fourth wall or whatever. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then there was like the one scene where she like popped out and jumped into like the Netflix queue or whatever, and she's like jumping from video to video. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of neat. Um, but yeah, every episode just kind of, I could feel this is not for me. Like I'm the white man, I'm the bad guy. That's what it felt. And I was like, damn, this is bad.
That She-Hulk does. Like, it was a number of things like that where I thought, I don't think that's targeted for me, that humor. I'm probably too old to understand that. So I
No,
didn't
you
like it,
know.
but I just had fun. I had fun watching She-Hulk. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I thought, yeah, okay, a couple hours. But then over the past few months, I've been seeing Tatiana Maslany, the actor who plays She-Hulk, and the unpleasant things that she would say about the MCU, about other people in
what's actually crazy to me is like all of these shows meant for like women to like get them into like come in to like the MCU movie space. I would actually love to know the difference that all of these shows and movies have made in terms of like audience turnout. Like there was like a there's like obviously like some demographics of like, oh, how many people saw this show or movie. They fall into this age range, they fall into like male, female, or whatever in between. um I would love to see, because that's the intention with a lot of these shows, to get like more girls into like comic books. But honestly, what I believe is that because like I'll go around and ask my like some of my coworkers and stuff. It's like, do you? They're all like, well, not all of them. But I'll ask like the couple girls or whatever I work with. Do you like comic book, or do you like comic book movies? And they're just like, no. All of them said no. Like they may have like seen like a couple clips or something of them here or there, or maybe they'll have seen like maybe one movie the one time, but they're not actively being converted like Disney MCU would want. That's the most hilarious thing.
In the MCU, complaining about being cut from Deadpool, just being very unpleasant and saying just really, really terrible things. And after a while, it had influenced me as a person who enjoys media. I enjoy media. That's just one of the great things that we get to have, is enjoy media, art that's made by other people. And I was no longer able to enjoy She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany's behavior, her tantrums on the internet, on social media, retroactively ruined She-Hulk for me.
Understandably so, most casual watchers of movies and like TV, or not TV, but like shows, they don't see all that. They're not as plugged into the internet as like I don't know, you or me. Like whenever I'm off work, I spend God knows too many hours sitting here in front of the computer. And I'm just like flipping through X on the side monitor, flipping through YouTube. Okay, what's everybody bitching about today? But that's just how I enjoy my time. It's like, oh, do I want to look at this drama? Do I want to just look at like the new Monster Hunter Rise bow build or whatever? Casual people that watch shows and movies, they are not gonna see all these like outrages from the internet from XYZ person in the most woke movie. They just don't see it.
I enjoyed the show because it was fun, and now looking back, I don't like it at all. Even though I enjoyed it at the time, I don't look back on it fondly. I never want to see it again because that actress is so unpleasant. And
I don't need an actor or actress to be unpleasant for me to enjoy their movie. I don't care what they do in their personal life. If you want to look like an asshole in public, that's fine. You do you. Okay? Just act. That's all I want you to do. Just be a good actor. Be a good actress. Your personal life doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. This is not a qualifier for me to enjoy the movie, the show.
are so many other things out there where I think I don't want to hear what any of the developers say about this game, because there's a chance that they're going to ruin it for me. And it's so frustrating. It's very disappointing. And I'm wondering if you guys out there, if you have something that was retroactively ruined for you by...
I mean, shit. I mean, how do I go back the last 10 years and... Well, honestly, all that shit I could say. I still have those memories of all of those IPs, like fondly, like in my head, like just because Halo, Paramount Halo season 1 and 2 came out, and they're both surprisingly dog shit. I mean, except the action scenes. Action scenes pretty good. That doesn't take away from all the enjoyment that I enjoyed as a little kid. Whenever I think about all the stuff I did playing Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, a little bit into 4 and Ghost and all that jazz, but no, the new just because the new stuff is bad doesn't take away your enjoyment, and all the memories, and it doesn't sully them uh, from all the shit you did in the past. No. And to appeal, well, I don't know. This is like a whole nother argument, but not really, but kind of. Video game movies, video games that were video games first and then made into a movie have in general been pretty bad even before the whole woke era of just bad movies, bad shows and whatnot. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. There have been a laundry list of bad video game movies before, and there's probably a good amount of bad TV shows and movies after. If you are an outlier, if your video game movie show is actually good, you are an outlier. Last time I checked, outliers don't make rules. Okay.
By developers, by actors, by directors, and things like that. You know, the upcoming game Avowed, which I thought looked pretty interesting, that I was looking forward to checking out. And after seeing, we had the art director being very unpleasant on social media, that's ruined my interest in that game. And I've been reading hundreds upon hundreds and hundreds of comments from people that are saying that they either love the series and they really wanted the game and they've entirely lost interest, or they didn't know anything about the series before, but
I didn't know anything about the series Avowed before. The only reason I know about it is because of all the negative attention it's getting. That's the only reason, with the crazy art director.
actually were interested in the game and have lost interest. And this is something that needs to happen. It sucks, it's troubling, but it needs to happen because we need to let this ride its course. We need to identify the companies with this mentality where it is extremist identity politics, and
they the companies, I mean, it's fine if you want to like identify the companies and have like a short list of like companies like whenever they come out with a TV show or movie or whatever, a video game, and it's like, oh, Sweet Baby associated with Sweet Baby, not playing that game. It's fine if you want to have like a short list, but most people don't really operate like that, especially people like not as like plugged into the internet, like their job depends on it or anything like that. um I tend to think that the companies just reveal themselves, and people like it's gonna be like something super simple. Like just look at Gladiator 2 and how many mixed reviews that's getting. Okay, like the companies that are like trying to make another like game or movie or show with identity politics as the front facing like most focused thing, they usually advertise it like that. And to my knowledge, I haven't really seen like a company or something that has put identity politics in the front and not marketed it like that. Anytime a company like has identity politics heavily in their show, game, whatever, it's always marketed up front. It always is. And in general, the general population of people can feel that, they can sense it. Just look at all of YouTube. I mean, admittedly, like not everybody is on YouTube, understandably, on like the face of the earth and whatnot. But I don't know. It's like a really good indicator, and it is like correlative. But I know it's like correlation doesn't equal causation and blah blah blah. But you could like I could look at a like any piece of I don't know trailer, and I could easily tell you if it's gonna be like a hit or a miss.
identity supremacy is what it is. And they're building products out of spite and hatred, and
Yeah.
and we need to find those people in those companies, we need to be able to find them and say, all right, well, I'll just avoid the stuff that those people make
Yeah.
because the products that they make most likely will not be something that I enjoy. I'll go ahead and find something that I will enjoy. So,
Yeah.
anyway, that's just what I was thinking of. In the comment section, I never ask for comments, right? But this is a topic where I really want to hear from you guys. I'm always hanging out with you guys in the comments. You know, I have a very busy work day. I've got a lot of things to work on, but I set time aside so I can catch up and hang out with you guys in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And if you missed She-Hulk, I mean, don't bother at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not negative. I'm not a negative person. I'm not setting out to bash things. I actually enjoyed She-Hulk, but I'm so sour.
I mean, it's okay to be sour, but like, bro, like about, I'll say like maybe a couple years ago when all those like bad shows were like rearing their ugly heads, I actually enjoyed hate watching the shows. I didn't comment or make any like YouTube things or like tweet shit out. I was just laughing at how bad they were. Like in my room, on my bed, just lying, watching on my laptop, like, how is this so bad? That's what I literally did. I ironically watched so much bad stuff, but you know, if I watch something that's bad, I don't necessarily need to make a tweet about it, a YouTube about it, or whatever. That's not my job. I'm not getting paid. But now I don't even feel like hate watching or ironically watching bad things anymore. I just don't. It's a waste of time. It's not even like fun to like to ironically watch shit. It's boring.
On that, on that whole situation. Take care, everyone. I'll see you around.
You know what I'm watching right now? I'm watching Breaking Bad again. Cause when Breaking Bad came out, when I was like, I don't know, when did Breaking Bad come out? Actually, let me see. When did Breaking Bad come out? Oh wait, holy shit, I'm old. I thought it was like 10 years ago. This shit was like, it's almost 20 years. It's like, what is it, -4? Like 14-ish years? 15? Something like that. I don't know, math's hard. Oh my god, like when I first saw this show, I would hit him with the thumb. Like I was only, how old was I? 2008, but then, you know, every season that comes out every subsequent year, I was like, I graduated in '08. Shit, from high school. I was like, what, 17? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I saw Breaking Bad when I was like around my early 20s. I'm going back and watching each episode now and picking up on so many more little nuances than when I saw it when I was like in my early 20s. It's so cool. It's also kind of crazy about the language they use. I was like, damn, they were saying that in the show and they let them? Okay. I'm just like, they're using certain words and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. But I mean, I don't know. That's just what I'm doing. Other than that, should we let celebrities keep? Is it really the celebrities keep sabotaging? I mean, I could name you at least one celebrity that is trying not to sabotage games and beloved like IPs. You know, there's good old Henry Cavill, trying to do good to the base lore of whatever thing he's like listened to. Like he had to ditch on Witcher because that was getting worse. I don't know what's going on with Space Marine. Apparently the Space Marine bros are so fickle that they're constantly changing the core lore of it. So it's like if like the base, the core Space Marine shit is, I think, pretty cool. But honestly, if the original creator is constantly like changing it and like redacting it and like It's like, oh no, this is this, and it's been going on like that, and that's the trend. I don't give a shit about that IP. I really don't. I don't care how cool Space Marine is. If the main creator is constantly trying to change the lore of something, I'm not interested because you're just like sitting there, so vulnerable. Well, not vulnerable. What's the word? You're just sitting there, awaiting like the next day, the next patch, the next hot note of when the creator's gonna be like, oh no, that was the old one. This is the new thing. This is the new lore. And it's like, I don't even care. Why do you think I like Lord of the Rings? Because there wasn't a lot of patch notes to it. It's like, this is the story. Hobbits are hobbits, dwarfs are dwarfs, elves are elves, humans are humans. Okay? There's not a lot of patch notes. There's not a lot of changing going on. All right? Ugh. But should we let celebrities keep it again? It's not. I don't think it's. Is it the celebrities? I mean, are writers celebrities? Let's come on. Writers are not celebrities. Like, yes, a couple celebrities can have like a say so and pull with what they want to do in a certain scene for a certain character, so on and so forth. It's so like nuanced. But I don't know. It's a cool little like talking subject, but overall cool video. I like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.